Okay, we're back with the redraw right strategy for question number 3, lesson 15 homework. A construction company builds a new rail line from town A to town B. They complete 1 1/4 miles in their first week of work and 1 2/3 miles in the second week. If they still have 25 3/4 left to build, what is the distance from town A to town B? Okay, my drawing is going to look more like a number line or a horizontal tape diagram. I'm going to have town A at the beginning and town B at the end. I see that in week 1, the company builds 1 1/4 miles, and a little bit more than that in week 2. One 2/3. Now, obviously, I don't have a number line long enough to represent that there's still 25, but I'm going to represent it with a couple of dots, and 25 3/4 miles still left. Okay? So, we do not know the whole distance. That's my question mark. I know what we did in week 1, what the construction company did in week 1 and week 2, and we also know how much they have left. So this is a very straightforward addition problem. 1 1/4 plus 1 2/3 plus 25 3/4. I'm going to take my whole numbers first. I can do that mentally. If you're not ready to do it mentally, separate it out in parentheses. 1 plus 1 plus 25. It's 27. Then do my fractions. I have 1/4, 2/3, and 3/4. Going to change those fractions into a common denominator. If you don't see that the common denominator for these fractions is 12, list their multiples of 3 and 4 on the side. If you can do it here, that's fantastic. It just saves a little space and a little bit of time. But be organized and work straight down. Okay, if you need to do your magic number 1 as side work, please do that. But if you can see that multiplying 4 as the denominator by 3 gets you 12, then you would do the same thing to the numerator. 1 times 3 is 3. I multiplied 3 times 4 to get 12 in my second term. So I'm going to multiply 2, the numerator 2, by 4 to get 8. I already know that 3/4 is 9/12, but if you didn't, you know that you multiply the denominator 4 by 3, so you have to multiply the numerator 3 also by 3. Magic number 1. Put your numerators together, and I have 3 plus 8 is 11, plus 3. I'm sorry. Let me go back on that. I was multiplying by 3. That should be 9, and I said 9 before, but I wrote 3. 3 plus 8 is 11, plus 9 is 20/12. Okay? I see that 20/12 can be broken up as 12/12 plus 8/12, or I could do side work and see that I have 1 with 8 left over, 1 8/12. So I can add that 1 to to my whole number, get 28, and 8/12 left over. I see that 8/12 is not simplified. I can divide top and bottom by magic number 1, 4/4, and find that it's 2/3. Final answer, they still have 28 and 2/3 miles to go. Okay, number 4. A catering company needs 8 7/75 pounds of shrimp for a small party. They buy 3 2/3 pounds of jumbo shrimp, 2 5/8 pounds of medium-sized shrimp, and some mini shrimp. How many pounds of mini shrimp do they buy? Okay. Again, we're talking, I'm going with a vertical tape. I see that they need for this party a total of 8 7/75 pounds of shrimp. That's what they need. They already have 3 2/3 jumbo. They already have 2 5/8 medium. We are looking for how many mini? We don't know. That's my unknown. Okay, so my work here would be my total 8 7/75. Now I see that I have fractions and decimals. I can turn my 7/75 into a fraction. 7/500 is 75/100. And I'm going to subtract that from the total of 2 5/8 plus 3 2/3. Finding the difference between this total and the entire amount. When I add 2 5/8 and 3 2/3, I have a common denominator of 24. I see when I put 15, sorry, 3 in there, a little messy, I'm sorry. If I put the 2 whole numbers together, I get 5. I put my fractions together, I get 15/24 and 16/24 is 31/24. I can also simplify 7/500 to 8 3/4. This is an important step to be able to see because it's going to make it a lot simpler. Now, I need a common denominator of 24. Keep coming down here. Whoops. I could turn this improper fraction into 24/24 and 7/24, which would give me 6 7/24. I can take 8 18/24 minus 6 minus 7/24. This would give me 2 18/24 minus 7/24 equals 2 11/24 pounds of mini shrimp. 2 and 11/24.